Okay. Welcome, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hopefully you can hear me. Hope the music is playing. Just getting us set up for a great detox workshop. We'll give a few minutes for people to join. I'm excited. This is one of my favorite events we get to do all year. I wait all year long to take care of myself here. So detox, help clean ourselves out, help start over again, reset the system, and then bigger and better things, right? Keep getting healthy. So I'll just give it a few minutes here as we go. Health from within is hopefully you can see my PowerPoint as well. So typically we do this as an in-office webinar, 30, 40 people together, committed to getting healthy. We've got about that same number signed up for actually detoxing this year. So I'm excited to do that with you guys. I'll give you a little bit of a backstory about how this started. Is I used to do these detoxes by myself, and I realized that it was kind of miserable. It wasn't so much fun detoxing by myself. So I'd be at a restaurant with my family, they'd all be eating, and I'd be sitting there drinking my water by myself, which, I did it. I'm proud of myself for doing it. So I started offering it to patients, and people have really picked it up and ran with it, and we've had a really great time doing it all these years. So I hope you guys are excited to join me with this as well. I'll tell you, I think last year it was 2 years ago, somebody reversed type 2 diabetes in 7 days. 7, completely reversed it. Forgot to check his numbers one morning, and it was in perfect, it was in normal numbers just by doing this detox, by cleaning the garbage out of his system. I had somebody lose 30 pounds doing a detox with us one year, which isn't necessarily the goal, and we'll talk more about that later. But just some amazing life changes happen when you stick to it and you commit to something. All right, so I'm going to do my best to keep this to about 45 minutes. I think it was about 100 slides when I put it all together on the presentation, and I have whittled it down slowly here. I'm going to see if I can go to where you see more of the, there you go. You can see more of the presentation there. If you have questions, I have time at the very end for questions and answers. You can put them in the comment section on Facebook or YouTube if that's what you're watching on. I am doing most of this by myself here in the office. That's why I was going to tackle all those questions here at the end. But the goal is 45 minutes. It may go long because I just really like this, so I may start chatting about it for a long time. One of my favorite things about doing things like a detox, or if you were with us in February, we did a mindset workshop, is that we get to do life with our patients. We consider you guys part of our family. This is why we offer these things. This is why we do doctor's reports and webinars and detoxes together and mindset challenges, because we really do consider you guys part of our family. So excited for Paul and Rachel. We'll give a shout out to them. She's actually doing the detox with us, but they're getting married today. Today is their wedding, so she won't. I doubt she'll be on this webinar. She'll watch it here later. But they were so excited to do that with us, and we just wanted to give them a shout out and say God bless for your wedding today. So I'll share a little bit. If you see here on the right, that's my family. That's myself and Dr. Delphine and our 4 girls, Chloe, Cami, Colette, and Charlotte as a baby. And then this video I have over here on the left is Charlotte on Friday taking her first steps. Yay! So she turned 1 last week. Ooh, let me go back to that. You got to watch that more than once, right? So this is us doing life at home, but we want to share that with our patients as well, because we like to do life together. And that's what makes for a successful detox, successful program right here in getting ourselves healthy going forward. If you see me looking around, I've got notes up here. I've got my wife's checking in with me on the phone here to make sure you guys can hear me, to make sure everything's going well. So I've got a few things spread out. But let me watch that one more time. How cool is that? A little hip shake and a couple steps, and off we go. All right, guys. Well, let's jump into it then. So our mission here at Degnan Family Chiropractic is to empower you to live longer, healthier lives through chiropractic care and the 5 essentials. And literally, I mean that. I want to empower you, which is why we're doing this webinar today. We're empowering you to make these changes, to do something different. You may be a little intimidated by this, and maybe something you're not in your comfort zone. But if we can't empower you to take control of your health, then how is it ever going to happen? You can't just rely on me. Health has got to come from you. You've got to make those steps. And then we like to say, let our family help your family. Again, very family-based here, and we'd love to help push you in the right direction. So we are doing a detox. A lot of people may ask, why do I detox? Or I eat healthy already, or I exercise. I do a lot of these healthy things. Well, here's some of the reasons why you detox. We've got prescription medications. We've got the pans you cook on, which you may not have thought of. Unfortunately, this year, we weren't able to have the Stankiewicz join us on the detox. They've been a staple of this detox for the last couple of years. They are with a company called Salad Master, which is the healthiest cookware on the planet. We have been cooking with them for about 2 years now, that Salad Master brand. It's high quality, stainless steel. It's not leaching into your food. If you have nonstick, here's your first takeaway. If you want to change something right now, get out of the nonstick pans. Get rid of them. Throw them away. Copper colors, all this. If they've colored it, stone, get rid of it, because it's leaching into your food. It's chemicals, and it's causing toxicity to build up in your body. I can't stress that enough. So if you have questions about that, we can talk about that later. Our regular diet, you see the donuts and the fast food over there. How about the air quality? Well, you can control a lot of things, but you can't always control the air quality. Even if a neighbor's spraying something down the road, or if something happened, a truck's driving, you see this stuff coming in the air, you can't control that. Your body starts to build up these toxins. The guy on the bottom left is spraying the crops, right? You don't necessarily know what's being sprayed on the crops you're eating. Plastic water bottles, your sunscreen. I know this may be more of a polarizing topic, sunscreen, but we know that skin cancer is getting worse, and I'm telling you guys that there's no lack of sunscreen out there. I doubt very much it's 100% sunscreen. It may cause some issues if you're not covering yourself up and protecting, but you can do it other ways than rubbing chemicals on your body. And if you're not doing a healthy sunscreen, you may be causing toxins to go in your body and causing some of the cancers yourself. You can put a shirt on, you can get in the shade. So just some things to look at there. Plastic water bottles, plastics in general. They actually did a study at Red Cross, took the cord sample, the blood of babies when they were born, the cord blood, and they tested it, and they found on average 200 toxins, 200 chemicals already in the baby's blood. So that means that people are being born out with 200 chemicals already in their system. So why detox? Because you didn't have a choice, right? The environment that your family was in, your environment that you were being developed in, had some toxins in there already. 200, if that doesn't blow your mind, then holy cow. So this is why we do detoxes. I do one every year. I do one regularly because I want to be preventative. I want to be proactive. I don't want to wait for something bad to happen. So yeah, 200 chemicals just from when you were born. One of the other focuses of our detox today is going to be the gut-brain connection, your digestive system, your gut in general. Just to give you a few stats on that. So hopefully that pulled up. There is, 100 billion neurons which you communicate with your body. That's your brain-body connection. As chiropractors, that's what we work with very intimately. 500 million connections between just your gut alone, your nervous system and your gut. 500 million. If you've seen any of the new research, they're calling the gut the second brain. We're going to talk about how this works with your immune system here in just a second. Let's see, is my clicker working? Let's go to the next slide. There we go. The human digestive system. What is your digestive system? That's your GI tract, your liver, your pancreas, and your gallbladder. And I'll get to the GI tract a little bit here in a second. But you're putting things into your mouth, right? So the GI tract is your mouth, your esophagus, your stomach, your small intestine, your large intestine, and your anus. This is how your body processes what you put in. We talk about chemical stresses. Well, you have good stresses and bad stresses. Good things in equal good stresses, bad things in equal bad stresses. So when we look at this digestive system, and the GI tract. These are some of the areas that we're trying to affect with this detox. And we do that because those are some of the easiest things for us to affect with a detox. You can you can change your diet pretty quickly. You can eat healthier food pretty quickly. You can help your stomach heal pretty quickly. Come on, clicker. We'll get there. It may take me a second to get used to flipping these slides. Okay. There we go. All right, so why does this matter? The way you absorb nutrients and the gut microbiome. Gut microbiome is another hot topic out there right now. It's one of those key words people are talking about pretty consistently. How's your microbiome? How's your microbiome? Well, do you know what your microbiome is? Your microbiome are the bacteria, the viruses, and the fungus that compromise who you are. And there's some studies that say you have more of that than cells in your body. Some studies, some numbers are different, but that means this is super important. There's a term called dysbiosis. Dysbiosis is when the negative bacteria, the negative things outweigh the positive things in your stomach, in your gut especially. So when we look at this, most people have heard of bacteria before, and they associate bacteria with the negative things. But there are plenty, overwhelmingly amounts of positive, healthy bacteria in your body, which is why we take probiotics or prebiotics to help support that system in your gut. Absorption of nutrients. How do you get, you may be eating all the right things. You may be eating a clean diet. You may be eating organic. But if your microbiome is out of whack, if your gut is injured, if you have leaky gut, which we'll talk about here in a second, if you have high inflammation, then you're not getting the nutrients you need in your body. All right. So these are some of the easy things we can influence here right away, make changes right away. I'm going to just take a quick detour. I see some people jumping on here. Awesome. Love to have you here. If you have questions, you can put them in the comment bar. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, I will get to those towards the end. You can always rewatch this stuff, so it'll be recorded. You can go back. I know I'm probably talking a little bit fast, but you can go backwards, rewatch it, take notes. And then when we get to the actual detox protocol here in a few slides, please make sure you're doing those appropriately. You all get an insert in your detox as well, so you can follow along with that. But I just want to make sure we're not overwhelming people. And if you have questions, we're happy to answer those for you as well. So your gut is a huge factor in your immune system. 70% of your immune system starts in your gut. What are we all concerned about today? I don't know. How about our immune system? There's a pandemic going on right now that people don't know what to do about. They're freaking out about it. Well, here's a tip. Get yourself healthy, right? That's what you can do about it, right? And that's about all you can do about it, because viruses they're going to run their course. They're going to do their thing, and it's not fun. I don't want to catch a virus. I don't want to catch a cold. I don't want to catch the flu. I don't want to catch coronavirus. So that's what I'm doing is I'm detoxing, I'm eating healthy, I'm exercising, I'm sleeping, I'm drinking water. You can affect these things that get yourself healthy. And then all the other stuff, if you choose to do that and that helps you, God bless, do it. But the bottom line is you take control of what helps you the most here. And your gut is very much involved in your immune system. So if we get that healthy, if we make those changes, how much better are you off in the future here? So symptoms of poor gut health: inflammation and leaky gut. Inflammation is the root cause of pretty much all disease that humans deal with in general. So chronic inflammation is a big deal, right? Chronic inflammation is a big deal. If you're dealing with chronic inflammation, you've got to figure out how to decrease that inflammatory response in your body. An easy way to do that: diet, nutrition, supplementation. I take something called curcumabale, which is a curcuminoid from turmeric, which is, I take that daily to help mitigate regular inflammation from my daily life. But inflammation can be linked to heart disease, it can be linked to cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's. I mean, inflammation is linked to pretty much all diseases that we have, especially our gut, celiacs, IBS, bowel issues, all coming from this chronic inflammatory response. And how do we get there? It can be through a process called leaky gut. So the gut is designed as a barrier from the things you eat. So I eat something, it digests, these nutrients have to get to my body. The gut helps differentiate what should go into my body and what shouldn't go into my body. So if I have a lot of negative things I'm eating, it should be protecting myself from that, just kind of helping it pass through. But we tend to overload our system with chemicals, toxins, even dairy has been known to do this. And what they do is they start to puncture in the gut, making bigger holes and not having quite as good of a barrier now. And things start to slide through your gut that aren't supposed to. They get into your bloodstream, and your body does what it's supposed to do. Its natural reaction is to protect itself. So it goes after those things, hence the inflammation. Now you're dealing with chronic inflammation. You're not quite sure why. You get testing done. They say nothing's wrong. Just keep taking this medication, and you're stuck on this cycle instead of getting to the cause. And it could very well be inflammation caused by leaky gut. That is something that most people aren't checking for. Fibromyalgia patients, which is just pain everywhere. Any type of itis. If you have an itis in your diagnosis, that's inflammation. Reduce the inflammation. Let your body heal. Come on. Next slide. All right. So I kind of got through the basics then of why we detox, what we're looking for, the things we can influence here right away, being in our gut, our immune system, nutrition, the chemicals in our environment, the toxins that we're worried about. I'm going to start to work into our detox protocols. I'm going to start to go over the kind of supplements that we've implementing, and then some of the changes we're going to make. But before I do that, I want to make sure that we don't lose sight of the big picture, meaning just because we're doing a detox, that's not like, I don't want that to be a Band-Aid for people. That's a way to get us to health. The way you stay healthy, though, is you live these 5 essentials. If you're a patient in our office, you probably already know what the 5 essentials are. But core chiropractic is first. Your brain and your nervous system tell our body what to do. If there's stress on the system, there's no way. You could detox all you want. You could eat healthy all you want, but there's no way your body's going to function the way it's supposed to. So we got to get pressure off your nervous system. Nutrition absolutely matters. We're going to go in depth here in a little bit. Mindset is a big one. So much so that we do a mindset workshop every year as well to help people with meditation, journaling, dream boards, breaking through their old story, putting that positivity in their lives. Because if you think it's a crappy day, or if you think your body's going to be sick no matter what we do, you're going to be sick. You're going to have a crappy day. Your body can heal. Your body's powerful. And a side note, when you do a detox, if you're going to stick to the protocol that we're going to do, you've got to wrap your mindset around this. Right, you've got to wrap your mindset that, hey, I can do this. I can make these dietary changes. I can take this supplement. I can prepare myself, and then you'll set yourself up for success in the future. All right, a couple more. We've got exercise and oxygen is the 4th essential. You got to be moving, right? Consequently, sweating is one way we detox. Movement is how you pump oxygen and nutrients to your body. And then essential number 5 is minimizing toxins, which is why we do a detox here and why we talk about it with our patients in the first place. All right, so before I go into the liver, the detox pathways, I hope you guys are getting something out of this so far. If you are, please hit the like button on Facebook or YouTube, however that works. Feel free to share that with people. Most of us has already ordered the detox. If this is something you're thinking about doing or you want to do, we can still put orders in. We try to get a little bit of a group together, so that'll give us a bigger discount when we buy these things in bulk. But I can still get that for you. I'm happy to do that. The more people, the merrier. If people want to make changes, we are happy to support them in doing that. So I appreciate you guys being with me today. I think we're moving along here pretty nicely. I'm going to go over some of these detox pathways, why it can be difficult to detox, the difference between detoxing and cleansing. Then the very next thing we're going to go over is the actual supplements that we're taking, some of the dietary changes, and then we should be wrapping up. So the big problem with toxicity is that your body is always trying to process these. God gave you a liver for a reason. That's your detox organ. But what happens, especially in a super toxic environment, is that your body can't handle all of it at once. So it starts to store them. It wants to get them out of your bloodstream. It wants to take it from a place of danger, causing inflammation, causing the reactions in your body, to a place of where it's at least manageable. So what it does is it takes that toxin and it usually puts it in a fat cell and it stores it somewhere in your body. So fat soluble, if you see over here. So they're fat soluble, they get stored, which is one reason why some people have trouble losing weight. If maybe you've dealt with that before, those toxic cells, your body doesn't want to release them because it knows the toxin has to go back in your bloodstream and be processed again. But what we have to do is take it from that fat soluble part to water soluble, which is much easier for your body to deal with. And then you can excrete it through urine, through bowel, through sweat. So it's much easier for your body to deal with once it's been processed. If you look at the ingredients for those of you who have the detox with you already, if you look at your ingredients and you look at these step 1 and step 2 list, a lot of those are included in your detox, the milk thistles, the vitamins, the antioxidants, because they're getting deep in there and they're kind of sweeping and cleaning. The difference between a detox and a cleanse is just basically giving your body a break. So I'm just going to drink water for 2-3 days. That's awesome. That's a great cleanse. It gives your stomach, it gives your gut, it gives your intestines. You can help heal leaky gut with something like that. It gives it a break, but you're not actually digging into the cellular level to pull those toxins out and then convert them to the water soluble so your body flushes and handles it for good. Okay, so this is why we go through a detox process. We add the supplementation in there along with changing some, possibly doing a cleanse and a detox together to give you more powerful cleanse and changes. I hope that makes sense. Questions, put them up there. I'll get to those here at the end. All right, so the detox protocols, what are we doing? So I'm going to go through basically the full strength detox. Some of you have a regular strength, or there are the kids detox is available as well. We're using BioRay this year. I'm really excited about BioRay. If you want more information, BioRay.com. We actually tested this with our family earlier this year with our kids. Before we offer anything to patients, we want to make sure we love the product first, and it's a high quality product, which is another side note for difference. People may have done detoxes before, but if you just grabbed it off a shelf at like a Walmart or a GNC, probably didn't help you all that much. So if you're a little frustrated with some of that stuff, you're in some good stuff now, so you're going to get some great changes. So we're looking to replenish your adrenals, support your liver function, balance your GI tract, colon, detoxify heavy metals. But this is one of the reasons I'm really excited. I have not done too much of a heavy metal detox before, so this will be new for me, getting the heavy metals in there. This is for adults and children. Children can detox. My kids are going to go through the detox protocol with me for this full detox as well, and they're actually going to use the full strength formula. It's weight based. So you all should have got an insert, and I didn't bring that with me, but you all should have an insert with you when you get your detox. It tells you how many drops to take with each of these products based off of your weight. This is why some people will last longer, some people will be shorter. If you're heavier, you'll go through it a little bit quicker. But yeah, this is awesome. Excited for it. So let's see. I'm going to start with what the protocols here. The first one you're going to do. Come on. So this is called loving energy. This is what you do is there's 4 of them, and you slowly add them in to help mitigate any symptoms or reactions you might have. Some people may talk about getting that toxin, that detox kind of symptom. You feel run down, you feel exhausted, you feel like foggy. Still possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but as we add these things one at a time and slowly, you should be able to mitigate those harsher changes. And this loving energy is the one that they formulated to help mitigate those things. So helping your adrenals. Adrenals have to do with stress, right? How many of us have had stress in their life? Can you virtually raise your hand? I don't know. Can you raise your hand on Facebook? If you had stress. I mean, holy cow, that's probably the #1 thing we're dealing with right now. But this will help regulate better sleep, manage stress, exhaustion, balance energy, help with the brain fog with going through a detox. So you start with this one here. It'll be based on your weight. You'll do a certain amount of drops. You start with like 13 drops. If your body doesn't have any harsh changes, you'll go to like the full droppers the next day. And then when you are comfortable with that, you feel like you're ready to handle the next one, then what you'll do is you'll add in the next one. So this is our liver detox. So for the full formula, it's called Liver Light. For the people doing the regular, it's called the Liver Lover. And this is exactly what I just talked about with those liver pathways, taking it from a fat soluble to a water soluble. So it'll go through those pathways and get excreted in sweat, bile, or sweat, bowels, and urine. This is going to support that liver doing that. So absorbing, decreasing your toxic load, and then helping your body process that. Let's go. So then so you do the first one, the loving energy. Then once you're comfortable there, you'll add in the liver lover, start the liver detox. Once you're comfortable there, you'll add in the next one, which is called Cytoflora, or for those doing the regular, it's called the belly man. Those are the gut. That is specifically designed to the gut. A lot of probiotics, intestinal function, going to the bathroom, helping with mood, right? So this is where you start to get that balance, that gut microbiome. We want to get rid of things like dysbiosis, which is the balance of negative bacteria to positive bacteria, and start to switch that balance, more positive bacteria and less negative bacteria. So once you're comfortable with the Cytoflora, then you'll go to the next one, and this is our deep detox. This is for the full strength. It's called NDF. For the regular strength, it's called primary. This is where you get a lot of the heavy metal detoxing in. This is, like I said, what I'm most excited about. For the full strength, guys, this is going to be a smaller bottle because it's coming at the end. They're all the same size for the regular detox. You're going to use up all the product. You don't stop using it. You don't waste it. You just keep going with the amounts of droppers based on your weight until you've kind of used all the bottles up. They should start to correlate here towards the end. So they should finish similarly. You may have some left over, but you'll use all of it. But this is where you start to bind things like heavy metals. So how toxins work, and all of our cells and tissues work, is you have receptor sites. Things can bind together. Things are attracted to each other, or certain things don't like other things. So when you eat, let's say fish, what is the tuna, shark, swordfish, like the large fish, those are the more metal toxic fish, mercuries, things like that. So one suggestion is you can just take chlorella, which is a supplement after every time you eat fish. That's a big part of this NDF detox. But what you're doing is the chlorella has an affinity. It likes those heavy metals, so it binds to it, and then it brings it to the liver and helps you start to excrete it. It helps your body get rid of it. Where in general, that heavy metal is hard to get out. Your body's going to grab it, put it in a cell, and just store it. Heavy metals are one of the hardest things to detox from, which is why we got to be careful with the things we're putting in our body. Fluorides, that's not what I meant. I was going mercuries and preservatives, aluminums, right? These heavy metals start to really build up in our system. And everybody knows, like, you wouldn't eat mercury. Thimerosal is another word for it. You wouldn't eat this stuff. You know how deadly it is. Aluminum, you're not eating aluminum. But what about these little micro particles at a time over a lifetime? It's going to build up in your body. It's going to cause damage. So we want to help your body detox from those. So you put all 4 of those products together then, and that's where you get that full detox. So if you go through it pretty quickly, it'll be just about 4, 5, 6 days in, you'll be doing the full scope of everything. If your body is having some trouble, if it is fighting back a little bit, then you just slow that process down as you add in each of these different products. Please, make sure you get that part down, because that's how you get the best experience as you go through the detox. I added a few of these things here at the end. A lot of questions I get are, so should I stop taking my other supplements? Should I put those on pause? The answer for me is no. Remember, we're just trying to support our body here. The more nutrients you give it in a healthy way, the faster you'll be able to get rid of those toxins. So like one of my favorites that just came out here, this is our Daily Essential Pack. This has got 5 different supplements in it. So it's got your D3, your magnesium, your omega, which is your fish oil, your B complex, and your multivitamin. And it's formulated for men or for women, so you'll get that more powerful impact. I'm going to keep taking this, especially for the multi, right? I want to get as much healthy nutrition in my body as possible. D3 is huge. That's what most people are deficient in. Another one I love, Max Greens. I take this pretty much every day. This is just a huge hit of those dark green leafy vegetables, mushrooms, all the stuff to keep your body healthy. Vitamin C. The one I put up there, the picture, I didn't have it to bring with me, wherever that picture is, over there, is the fiber. I have recently started doing just kind of a daily regimen of fiber. I think most Americans, when you eat your diet, you're missing fiber. Huge, especially when you're doing a detox, you need to be getting rid of things. You need to be getting them out of your body. If you're not having a bowel movement, at least daily, that will be a problem. You've got to make sure you're focused on this. So if you need to get fiber in your diet and you can't do it with the food you eat, then you got to supplement it. That's going to be a big key going forward. So those are some helpful things that I'm going to continue to do as I do my detox. Now, one of the, let's see, do I have it the next slide? I think I'll talk about the next slide. All right. So that's the supplements. That's what we're actually taking to go forward, the BioRay detox. Obviously, as we get into the next stages, you don't have to you can just take the supplement, but we want to get the best results possible. So what else can you do to help the detox process? So the detox equation, the easiest thing to do is alter your nutrition. You can do that in a second. You can do that today. You can do it tomorrow. You just got to put your mind to it. So taking out the garbage, adding in the good stuff will make a good change. So this is the protocol that we do with the supplements. So I'm going to start taking the supplement, and then I'm going to start making these changes in my dietary habits. And we do it slowly over time. Because I know as soon as I start telling people to change stuff, the stress that goes up. I don't want to do this. I want to have my cookie, or I want to have my glass of wine. God bless you guys. Nobody's perfect, certainly not me, but I'm just going to give you what I would recommend going forward here, so you get the best detox possible. So week 1, so when you start it, I think most of us are starting Monday. Some people are starting Sunday. The sooner you get to it, the better. We don't want to have what we call loaded, the law of diminishing intent, which means you keep putting it off and putting it off. There is no perfect time. You may have a birthday party coming up. You may have a vacation coming up. You know, if we're going to do a 4-week program here, you just got to start it to get over with. And it's not always fun. You might miss some stuff. But guys, if I can encourage you just to take action, let's do that. So if we're starting Monday, week 1, you're going to start taking the supplement. So read your instructions, right? We're going to start with the loving energy with the 13 drops, see how our body responds. You want to do that mostly on an empty stomach. So when you take the other supplements you can take with food, if you're eating the detox, you want to take on an empty stomach, and typically in the morning. So you're going to do that. You're going to take the drops, and then we're just going to increase our water. That's the number one thing we've got to start with. So week 1, increase your water. I personally am going to go for a gallon a day. That's what my goal is. I know that the average is like half your body weight in ounces, which is great if you're not doing anything different. But if you're detoxing, you should probably even increase that, because we want to excrete, we want to get things out. And if you're not keeping yourself hydrated, that's the number one mistake I see people make. It's the number one way to hurt yourself and not have a great detox. I've seen people dehydrate themselves. I've seen people hurt their backs because they dehydrate their discs, because their body's trying to flush and they're not giving it the water to do that. So please, please, please drink plenty of water. My personal goal is a gallon a day. Cut out the bad stuff. So you should at least be thinking about, anything that's dyes or artificial flavors. If you read the ingredients and you can't pronounce it, I'm typically not eating that stuff anyway. So sometimes I forget to mention this, but that first week, lots of water, and I'm not eating any of the chemical stuff. Set yourself up for success. So this first week, you should also be getting ready for week 2, week 3, and week 4. What I mean by that, week 3 is the tough one. I'll talk about that in a second. That's the raw week. But if you're ready if you're saying, all right, week 3, I'm going for the raw week, and you walk in your house and the only thing you have are crackers and pasta, you're not going to say, oh, let me go to the store and you're going to be frustrated. You're going to say, screw it. You're going to cook the pasta. You're going to eat it, and you're going to probably feel bad about yourself. So if you set yourself up for success, have a menu planned out. So week 1, start planning out a menu for week 2, week 3, and week 4. This is what we're going to eat. Just, literally breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Plan it out. Take the stress off yourself. Then you can go to the grocery store and shop for those things. So you have it in your house, so you're not stressing out when you're hungry. You can also get rid of the garbage, get rid of the chips and the crackers and the stuff with the chemicals and the dyes and the artificial flavors. Get rid of it so you're not tempted to eat it. So set yourself up for success. One more thing on water. That's probably the biggest complaint I get is, Dr. Nick, I drink so much water. It's hard for me. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Do it. Just do it. I have to go to the bathroom all the time. Yeah, good job. You go to the bathroom a lot. That's very good. If it helps, lemon water, apple cider vinegar in your water. One of the things we like is called Spindrift. It's kind of a little bit better of an option for kind of flavored sparkling water. Tea is still fine, but tea can also be a bit of a, especially if it has caffeine in it, it can kind of drain you a little bit. So we want to make sure as much water as possible. Drink it in the morning. If I can give you one tip, drink as much water as possible in the morning. When you wake up, your body is thirsty. You'll be amazed at how much water you can actually drink. So if you're trying to get that gallon of water in a day, you could probably drink close to half of that as soon as you wake up in the morning without even thinking about it. I usually drink probably 32 ounces in the morning, easy. So if I'm shooting for a gallon, I'll do more than that. You got to measure it. You got to measure it instead of guessing, because if you're guessing, I promise you're not drinking enough water. So like this is a 32-ounce stainless steel bottle. I've got one of these at the office. I've got a big glass container at home. I know what those measurements are. So like this, hey, I just have to drink 4 of these. Simple, done. I can do that. And for me, the bigger the bottle, the better. If I have like 12-ounce bottles or 8-ounce bottles, I've got to drink like 15 of those, whatever the number is. That's just overwhelming to me. Like, oh, what number am I? 10, 6? How many of these have I drank? Here, it's just 4, down the hatch, no problem. So just give you some tips to be successful with that water. I know, to me, it's fun. All the stuff we're going to do, water is the biggest complaint I get from people. So get it done. You'll thank yourself for it in the end. And also, you can change some habits. So maybe you don't drink enough water. Maybe it's the chance you get to change your habits and start adding more water in your day. All right, so week 1, week 2, continue. Where all these are going to continue. So water all the way through. Week 2, you're going to start to cut things out. We do this slowly, so not to overwhelm people. So week 2, you may cut out meat, you may cut out pasta, and you may cut out bread. Or if you're drinking sugary drinks, I would encourage you to cut those out as quick as possible. So you cut those 3 things out for that whole week, and then you start to set up for week 3. This is the raw week. This is the big one. This is where you can get a really deep, you put in that cleanse together with the detox and you get a really good clean here. What I mean by that is literally nothing that's cooked. That's going to eliminate 90% of the garbage that people eat. If you're eating a raw food only. So yeah, is it a lot of salads? 100%. Nuts, absolutely. Oils, yes. When we say nuts, I mean, yes, raw nuts. So we're not talking about, the roasted honey almonds or whatever. That doesn't count. We're talking about raw nuts. Costco's got bags and bags of raw nuts. There are different kinds. That's a go-to for me. So when I go shop, I'm going to Costco, a bunch of nuts, my oils, coconut oil, olive oil, my salads, avocados. I mean, those are the options. I'm gonna have myself prepared and ready to go. Oh man, I'm hungry. I need a snack. I'm gonna have green apples ready to go. I'm gonna have avocados ready to go. I'm gonna have nuts ready to go. So I'm not breaking these patterns. And the cool thing about this is not dietary restrictive. This is not starving yourself. One of the main reasons people do a detox is to lose weight. That is not the point of a detox. You can, I'm not telling you but you shouldn't do it just to lose weight, because that's another Band-Aid. It's a dietary thing. It's not going to last. You want to break habits. You want to break your sugar addictions. You want to drink more water. You want to prove to yourself that you can do some of these things and make healthy life changes going forward. And when you go through this protocol, week 1, week 2, week 3, and you start to say, wow, I didn't eat meat for 3 weeks. Like, life went on. Now, I love meat. I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian by any means, and God bless those who are. I think they're doing a really good job. But I'm not saying I have anything personally against meat, but it's hard to digest, right? It does put your body under a little more stress. If you're not eating clean meats, grass-fed meats, they're getting toxins and chemicals coming into your body, antibiotics, things like that. Raw food in general is easier for your body to digest. The food comes with its own enzymes and own nutrients, so your body can digest it easier. It lets your stomach and your gut rest. So these are things that we do to help your body heal going forward. I also do in week 3 an option. This is optional. This is kind of like the next level if you're looking to get deeper. I do a water fast or a juice fast. I usually do 1 to 2 days of it right in the middle. So I'm literally not eating. I'm just drinking water or juice. And when I say juice, we're not going to the store and buying juice at all. You're making it at home. You're juicing your kale, your celery, your cucumber, you're juicing green apple, you're juicing lemons and limes, and that's giving you a really healthy nutrition. But those are just easy for your body to process. That's why you drink water. That's why you juice. Very easy for your body to digest and move through your system. Whew! We're almost through to week 4. Okay. So the last week of this is transitioning basically back to week 2, so you can start adding some things into your diet. I would encourage you, though, if there's something you feel like you don't need to add back in, don't feel like you have to. Like this, if you want to keep yourself eating raw food for another 2, 3, 4 weeks, go for it. Like you don't have to transition back to anything. Especially set yourself up for success. So if you prove to yourself you don't need to eat sugar, stop eating sugar, change. Right? If you don't need to eat, processed foods or whatever, don't do that. Don't buy those things from the store anymore. You don't have to go back to this stuff. All right. This is just a 4-week protocol to help break some addictions, get your body healing, let your gut heal, give your system a break, and let that detox work. Those supplements we're taking, let those things work from the inside out. If you have questions on those 4 weeks, put them in the comments. I will get back to those questions. I'll answer them at the end. Again, hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. I'm enjoying this so far. Again, if I'm talking too fast, go back, rewind it. But we're going to move people in the right direction here. We're going to get healthy. Hopefully you can give me a like on Facebook, share it, do a watch party, something to help spread the news and get people healthy. All right, so next steps. After we talked about the detox, the supplements, the protocols, what can you do as part of the diet? So I'm going to give you guys some examples of things. So avoid, replenish, or supplement. That's really your options. Should you avoid this certain food? Should you replenish, eat more of it, or should you supplement it? If you don't eat a lot of fish, it's hard for you to do that. Then you supplement with fish oil, right? If you eat a lot of cookies, we're going to avoid those. If you had your lemon water and you ran out of lemons, we want to replenish those and keep doing that. Yeah, replenish, avoid, I think it's pretty hopefully explanatory. Oh, wait. All right, if you need help with this stuff, Max Living has put together these, it's called Core Plan and Advanced Plan. We've had those forever. We don't talk about them unless we do like nutritional consults with people. If you don't have this book, Align Your Health, highly recommend this book. We have it here in the office. We're happy to get it to patients or make copies out of it if you like. The advanced plan and the core nutrition plan are basically models that give you just a breakdown and follow pretty easily. So like they give you just a column right here. It says, hey, these vegetables are high glycemic, low fiber. We want to avoid those. High glycemic meaning higher sugar, low fiber doesn't help you move. Or here are high fiber, low glycemic foods. So the core plan is kind of a good starting point, a great stay healthy part. The advanced plan, that's the next level. I would recommend that for like if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, or if you are having high inflammatory responses, fibromyalgia. I mean, you could hit a diet like the advanced plan and really take your health to the next level. And these are set up for lifestyles. Like this is delicious foods you can eat. I mean, this isn't like you're not eating cardboard here. This is really good stuff. In the back of the Align Your Health book, there's a whole section of recipes. On our website, there should be a recipe tab here at the top as well. MyBarringtonChiropractor.com. you can check that out. There should be recipes up there. So we give you options. Now, I will say going through week 1, week 2, week 3, that third week is actually, it's more intense than the advanced plan or the core plan. Like we're cutting all, like no dairies, no meats, nothing. I mean, we're cutting everything out because we want to give our body a chance to heal. It's really just giving it that break. Okay. All right. Whew. All right. So I am through. I know I'm at 45 minutes already. I'm going to keep going though. I just got probably about 10 or so more minutes. We hit the detox, we hit the supplements, we hit what we're doing, we hit the protocols. This last part here is to put the whole thing together. All right. My goal is never to have somebody just say, hey, I did this thing, great. I saw a chiropractor, I felt great, or I did a detox, it felt great. It's to make these permanent changes and give you success so you can enjoy your family, you can sleep better, you can exercise, you hit the goals you have for yourself. And the number one reason people don't do that is because their mindset. The number one reason we don't do that is our mindset is it's influenced by other people. It's influenced by the TV we watched. We didn't prepare ourselves properly, which to be successful in this detox, you got to prepare yourself. That's the best way to do it. You can also detox from stress. That may be the main toxic in your life right now. You may have a great diet, but you're so stressed, your body isn't functioning to the best of its ability. The thoughts, traumas, and toxins, those are the 3 stresses we have. Trauma is slipped and fell, right? Thoughts, the emotions, and toxins, those are the chemicals. A lot of people forget that the stuff you put in there causes those stresses, the emotional stresses. But you have good and you have bad stresses. We forget that as well. Maybe you need a hug, right? That's a good positive stress. That's a good physical stress and emotional stress. Right? So detox from the stress as well. Put the phones down, put the technology down, take time to yourself. Exercise. Should you exercise when you detox? I say emphatically yes, as long as you're drinking enough water. Do not dehydrate yourself, but if you're not drinking enough water, you shouldn't be doing the detox anyways. So absolutely exercise. Sweat is the way you detox. Exercise improves your digestion. Get that done. Absolutely. Whether it's a walk around the block, whether it's a swim, whether it's a hard, high-intensity workout, the more you're able to move, the better. It's one of our 5 essentials. I put the Max T3 at the bottom corner there. If you haven't done Max T3 before, that's a type of a HIIT workout, high-intensity interval training. Really cool right now because of the pandemic that we've been going through. Max Living has offered Max T3 at no cost to our patients. So I'm going to put in the comments later the link for that. If you don't get that, or if I'm not able to post it, I'm talking too much. Good. Let me know. I can email you the link. And essentially, all you have to do is you send Max Living your email address. They email you the code. You go to maxt3.com. You put in the promotional code, and then now you own it. It's on your phone. It's on your computer. All you have to do is log in, and it's a 16 to 20-minute workout. Upper body, lower body, core, high intense. You typically don't need any equipment for this. It's all body weight stuff. You may need an exercise ball, but there'll be alternatives if you don't have one. There's intermediate, there's advanced, there's beginner sections, so you can watch these wherever you're at. Really cool. I do at least one Max T3 workout a week personally. They keep time for you. They motivate you, and they show you the exercises. I mean, you can't go wrong there. So I encourage you to look at that and make sure I get you that free disc, that code, so you can get Max T3 on all your equipment for free. All right, this is the last thing we're going to chat about today. I am a chiropractor. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't go through this with you, because you can detox as much as you want. You can eat as healthy as you want. If your brain and your spinal cord and your body aren't communicating, it will not matter. Have you had your spine checked? Have you had an x-ray? Have you seen a chiropractor? Are you currently seeing a chiropractor? Are you taking care of your spine? I mean, it's one of these things that's got to happen. We go to the dentist regularly, you exercise regularly, you brush your teeth, you sleep. There's things you have to do. Checking your spine, taking care of your spine is just a must. What controls all function and healing? Somebody answer that in the comments for me. Let me know what controls all function and healing. It's your nervous system. It's your nervous system, hands down. The most important thing we have in our body is our brain and our spinal cord. Is your heart important? Absolutely. Are your lungs important? Sure. Your liver, all this stuff is important. But in the very end, if this system isn't working properly, it just doesn't matter. So you can detox, and I'm excited to do that with you. But I would love to get you healthy from the inside out. So what we do here in the office is we focus on prevention. We focus on health and healing. We don't want to wait for you to have some of these warning signs here: headaches, menstrual problems, high blood pressure, depression, neck pain, dizziness, fatigue, ear infections. This means you waited so long that you've got a problem and now you want to do something about it. I'm happy to help, but I'd much rather be proactive with you and help keep you from these issues in the first place. Your body was designed to heal. We know it can heal. You cut your skin, it heals. You break a bone, it heals. So what are you doing about the rest of the spine, the rest of your nervous system? I'd love to be able to help with that. One of the things we are doing as far as the workshop is we offer, I think I've got this right here. So one of the things we do as part of the workshop, if you would like to come into the office, if you'd like to get checked, we always want to take out any of the objections. It's too far away, cost. So what we're going to do, we're going to use our secret code word here called Detox Workshop. So remember that Detox Workshop. I'll put that in the banner. If you have a family member, if you have a friend, if you have somebody you know that wants to get checked, if they let us know they were on this detox workshop or they heard of it from a detox workshop, we're going to do your first assessment, your exam. We're going to do all that for just $40, and we're going to donate that to charity. We've done that to Wings House for Battered Women. We've done it to our first responders. We've done a Summertime to Give, which is an amazing charity for underprivileged kids. We're happy to do that. We want to check as many people as possible. We want to help you have a successful, healthy, happy life. So if it's something you've been waiting to do, you want to come get checked, you want to get a full exam, let us know. Call the office, 847-277-2990. Let a friend know. Text us. Come on in. We're happy to help you out. Come on, thank you. All right. The last thing I want to talk about is the action steps and what we need to do going forward. So you got to commit. You got to change that mindset. You got to commit. You got to start to take the action and make the positive lifestyle choices. And we're going to get some great results. If you're not part of our Dr. Degnan's Health Tips, that's a private Facebook page we have. So Dr. Degnan's Health Tips, private Facebook page. I know some of us don't want everything we're doing aired out to the world. So we set up this group. It's a support group. Go in there, ask about recipes. I'm starving. What do I eat? My head's a little foggy. Have somebody help me out. How many drops do I take? It's a private group, so you have to be asked to be invited. We'll let you in there, and then we'll do that detox together. We'll keep in touch. We'll give encouragement, and we'll make sure people are getting the results they deserve, okay? If you want to do any of those 5 essentials we talked about, if you want to do a private consult with any of those, if you have questions, hey, can we sit down and do a 20-minute consult? Absolutely. Nutrition, mindset, exercise, chiropractic. That's what we'd love to do, so you can schedule that with one of the doctors as well. So upcoming events here in the office. We do our Family Friends Day a couple times a year, about 6 times a year. The next one is September 23rd. Put it on your calendar for me. Just like we're doing for this workshop, Detox Workshop, where you can come in and get checked. We're going to offer that for 2 weeks. So I'm going to keep that special open for 2 weeks. If you want to get that spine checked, Detox Workshop, $40, covers everything for the initial visit. Or September 23rd is our Family and Friends Day. We do that for basically a week. Same thing, we celebrate, we have a good time, but you can get checked. That $40 donation goes to charity as well. So put that on your calendar if you know people need help. Also, supplements, all of our supplements in the office. Typically at our workshops, you get a sheet like this that has all of them listed out. We do a 15% discount for you guys being there. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you guys putting energy towards your health. You will get that. We're still going to offer that. If you watched this whole webinar, you came to the end here, Detox Workshop's your code word. When you come in for the next 2 weeks, so it's I think till September 5th, if you buy any supplement, you let us know you're at the Detox Workshop. We will give you that 15% discount, 15% discount on all supplements you'll buy. So I appreciate you guys being with us. I thank you for putting your health as a priority. I'm going to switch over here to some of these questions, see if there's any comments, and then we'll go from there. All right. Let's see. I got Dr. Delphine saying a lot of stuff. I appreciate people commenting on Charlotte's wiggle. She's got a good wiggle. She gets that from her mom. Let's see. Do you give yourself a few days before moving from step to step? You say when you're comfortable, but do you have general guidelines, a time frame for adding each? Yes, if you look at your sheet, that should address that. I believe it's generally at least one full day in between those specific supplements. So read that sheet again. But if you take your first drops and you go a full day and your body doesn't have any reaction, you don't feel weird, you're ready to move on. I think it's just at least one full day in between. All right. I hope that answers that question. Sam, welcome. Thank you for coming to the workshop. Good. Dr. Degnan's Dr. Degnan's Health Tips is the private Facebook page. Yes. Let's see. Good. Detox versus cleansing. I think I went over that. Detoxing is actually getting to a cellular level and cleaning those cells, because that's where your toxics get stored in. They take the body naturally and amazingly grabs those toxins and wants to move them out of your system as fast as possible. If your liver is doing other stuff or bogged down with the toxins you already have, it's going to put it into like a cell, which is why it stores in the cellular level. You got to pull it out. Cleansing doesn't pull any of that stuff out. Cleansing just gives your body a chance to relax and heal, so you can help the gut heal, the stomach heal a little bit. But the detoxing is going deeper to actually get rid of the toxins. So that's why drinking, people use them interchangeably. I'm cleansing them, detoxing. They're not the same. They're similar, but they're not the same. So like just drinking juice for a couple of days is a great cleanse, not a detox. It's not a bad thing, but just different. Okay. I think we covered all the questions. If you have more, you can put them in here anytime. I'll get a notification. I'll answer them. Ask me in the office. Have a great weekend. God bless. Let's have a great detox. I can't wait to talk to you guys about it this week.